Well, I'm at the Boston Yacht Club. That's the BYC. I'm going to call it, I'll title this video BYC. Boston Yacht Club. The boat says Marblehead. I have never seen anything like this. And there's kind of no words to describe it. It's kind of like trying to describe what's going to happen when the Son of Man appears. And comes to the earth with Moses and Elijah. Yeah, there's a lot of people think that they're going to, leave the earth to go to see Jesus, Moses, and Elijah, when in fact there will be a lot of people on the earth to see Jesus, Moses, and Elijah when they appear. I'm sitting here in the sun waiting to see Moses, Elijah, and Jesus. Yep. I can only imagine how it will be to be like them. But I'm going to be like them if I endure to the end. The words, those who endure to the end, were said years ago, and the man who spoke those words, he was under the influence. Bob, what do you mean under the influence? He was under the influence that every prophet of God has been under. He was under the influence of God. And I have learned that God has a lot of influence. He's got a lot of whatever you want to talk about. He's got a lot of character. He's got a lot of grace. And he has probably got a lot of beauty. And I'm sitting here basking in the sun. Boston is that way. Let's see, if I'm facing right here at it's 12 o'clock. It says Boston will be at 3 o'clock. Yeah, folks, the influence that God has on things is great. And it is amazing to see and to hear and to know some things. I mean, today the sky is clear, the water is blue, and I'm sitting on this chair, which I'm sure is, probably the least expensive thing that I can see. And I don't even want to think about, the man just told me that the pier that I can walk on right there was $1 million. Yeah. Folks, I have read in a book that there was a man that was a king, and he was a son of David. His name was Solomon. Can I just tell you that there is another, there's another son of David, and his name is Jesus. And since none of us saw, what Solomon built, for God, I think it'll probably be interesting to see what Jesus builds when he appears and begins to rule the kingdom that God has appointed him ruler of. Yes, something greater than Solomon was on this earth 2,000 years ago. And today, Bob McGee is in Boston at the Boston Yacht Club. And the same sun that warmed Jesus' skin is warming mine. Folks, there is something going to happen, and I get to sit here in Boston and say it again. It's going to happen soon. To the dismay of the devil, but to the glory of God, our Father in heaven. I can see today that we have not imagined what God has prepared for those who love him. And most of the people today, the cares have robbed them from what could have been marvelous, wonderful forever. I can now imagine why it's written that God will wipe away tears. Yep. Anyway, folks, I am in Boston, and I'll be here till Sunday. And rest assured, if people knew, there's no telling what they would do. But they don't know, do they? But many have believed the devil when he told them that God became flesh and died. Folks, you heard it from me, from Boston Harbor. That's not the way it was. And the way people think it's going to be, that's not how it's going to be at all. I hope you all are having a wonderful day.